Grim and Cheeky Latex. Ooh.
Alright,
Lady. So I'm just gonna reach for
Jess,
that piece
you're
of
the
paper
best. Someone
that-
needs to help me with this.
I know. Like, don't sink in.
Does this work?
yes.
So first of all, you look fabulous.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here tonight.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me. And you look fabulous.
Thank you. All right, let's get to the questions because I don't want to blush. So, Jessica, what is Cheeky Latex?
So I started making latex clothing for myself and for friends, and then started making garments for trans women, undergarments, and then eventually started making clothing for a store in Montreal, and decided, you know what, I'm just going to create my own label and see how people respond. And that's kind of where it started. Make it because I have a passion for it. I love the feel of it, and I love the idea of women mostly, and trans women just feeling absolutely delightful in the clothing. So yeah.
And how did it start?
Yeah. How did it start? Well, I guess it's that journey, like of starting making a very basic garment, feminizer for trans women, and that just went over very well online. And I thought, well, maybe I can try this. And what's happened with making custom clothing is that I get to meet with my clients one-on-one. They have coffee, we talk about projects, and it's very intimate. And it's a special thing because it's whatever they've imagined they'd like to have. So, yeah.
And why latex? Precisely.
Because
Sex.
It is.
because it
She has another story.
it feels amazing. It's empowering.
Yes.
It's like whether you're doing up the zipper or tying the corset or just slipping into it.
Yeah. That's my favorite.
And the silicone. I love, like, everyone's different about it, but I happen to love slathering myself in silicone and putting on the latex. So that's my thing.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
But was there an original start to all of this? Or?
Yes. I started dating someone who had a closet. Not a, well.
Started off as a kid.
They had a closet full of latex. I'd never seen it in my life back then, and so I got to try it. And I was like, what is this? I feel like a superhero right now. So, about a year later, I started trying to figure out, how do I make this for myself? Yeah.
And then from making it to yourself, it became for other people. You were talking about transgender people being like a highlight of why you would create. Did you feel a personal approach to that, or was it just happened as you were doing this?
Well, my partner at the time was a crossdresser and who liked the idea of the full tuck. So I had someone who could try things on,
Oh, right on.
and we could test design after design.
Yeah. And I'm gonna try this. It might ruin my face bites, but it's fine. So
They're glorious.
thank you.
Yeah.
But, thank you so much. But they're like really falling apart. But it's okay. I'll fix them after the panel because this is the most comfortable position. But we talked about this, about creating for other people and having to create from an inner call,
Mm-hmm.
from the difference of a commission from somebody who wants to express their emotional or just their kinky side. But what was it for you to have to, not to have to, but to realize that eventually there is an emotional side to your creations?
Yeah, I'd say, besides commissions,
Mm-hmm.
there are two main things that really drive me, and one of them will be the sensuality of it. So some outfits I make will be purely for the feel.
Okay.
and the experience. So, and then some other ones are just an expression of something. So I might be debating about something. There's might be something that's just taking over emotionally, and then I don't know why, but for some reason, if I sit down at the work table and just start making something to work it out, by the time it's finished, or by the time I photograph it, or whatever, I've come to some kind of, found a resolution. I found some kind of peace with it. So that's, it's personal, but it's a funny journey, yeah.
But do you find any can you say catharsis?
Catharsis.
Catharsis, thank you, Dad.
Yeah.
But can you find that when you create something? And do you enjoy that part? Do you feel like there's a drastic difference between when you explore something that's very personal to you compared to something that someone commissioned? Like when someone commissions something that might be personal to them, but they've gone through their own journey, and then they ask you to produce something that might be very personal to them, but throughout your eyes, where you might have been in a place where it was more emotional. Like, how do you find a balance, but have you found a challenge in that?
So far, I haven't found that exact situation necessarily. It's, but I'm about a year and a half in with Cheeky with the brand, so
Crazy.
I've been making latex for a very long time, but it took a long time to get to a point where it's like, okay, I can market this maybe. So I'd say so far the custom work has been, it's cocktail dresses, it's someone who wants to do cosplay because they want to become another, a different version of themselves, and what I feel more from that is the empowerment. It's like I feel like, I don't know, there's something that happens when they try the stuff on, when it's a final fitting, we're ready to go, and it's not necessarily that my workmanship is amazing, it's that they found that thing that they wanted and to feel.
To feel empowered.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really cool that you produce that for people.
It's fun, but it's a team effort, right? Between myself and the person. Right?
Yeah. Actually, my next question is between yourself and the person is the brand versus the person. Because when we talked, you were saying that it kind of goes hand in hand. And so there's Cheeky Latex and then there's you, but you're also talking about how that came up because you were in that relationship and because that's how I
was exposed to the latex.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so did you find something like a new sphere where you could express yourself? Was that something relevant to you enough that you found some of a new voice, or am I just assuming
it's forced me to come out of my shell for sure. I have to be very public. And, I'm very happy to stay home in my little corner. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing though to face those fears of being public, because I've been able to meet amazing people and develop all these interesting relationships.
Yeah, well, actually, that might follow my next question, where I'd like you to talk about your past work, and actually this Eva?
Yes, Eva Jones, our model to the right, yes, or to the left.
Why is she named Eva Jones?
Yeah,
because she is the daughter of the amazing Jamie Jones, and I appreciate her very much. So yes, this piece, I was exploring vulnerability.
The underboob?
The underboob, and then my little band-aids at the knees.
Nice.
So I just want to really, when I'm exploring something like that, I just go really exaggerated, it's almost childlike. But I was feeling angry at my own vulnerability, let's say. I was feeling like, I don't like it. I don't feel weak. I don't like it. And I don't like having emotions.
So that was your way of expressing it?
That's where it started. And then I went out, I put this wig, this outfit on, and I walked around downtown Hall.
Nice.
and I had my little under. It's little, but it's my little underboob. It's good. And I set my phone, and I got some cell phone photos of it, and I just went out there, and then I went home, and I realized when I looked at the photos that there was no vulnerability at all. It was there, but it was something that when I saw the photos, I realized that it's actually a good thing, and it's actually a powerful thing, and it changed my relationship with it.
To be vulnerable?
Yeah.
Or? Oh, how so? If you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, I didn't want to be a weakling before, but what I realize now is that if you walk around with an open heart and all of that kind of thing, I mean, this it's actually more powerful than to build a wall, and it's.
I think you guys should applaud her right now, because that takes a lot of courage, and you nailed it. It's true. It sucks at first. You think it's gonna be very difficult, but then once you do it, you're like, oh, it's actually wonderful.
Yeah.
I think I don't want to overstep. But
No.
Yeah.
I agree. So it's okay. Like sometimes it means that you take the blows, but then you're open enough to be able to deal with them. Yeah.
You're amazing. So the way you talk is, and with the conversation we've had before, it seems like you do jump into some situations that will bring you in other places, and you do it because I don't actually know how to answer that because you're in your own mind, but it's just really fascinating the way you throw yourself into a project or an idea, and then you go and explore it, which for me would be a creative idea to throw myself, but I would put the plan out before I go into. But you just jump right into it, and I think that's what you did with a side of your exploration. I don't know if that's something you want to share with us. No, that's fine. I know it's public. No, you're okay. By the way, any questions I ask, you're free to answer or not. There's no forcing you to answer. And I think we should keep going with that outfit, which is amazing. And when did you create this one?
This one's fairly, I mean, it's within the last couple months, so it's fairly recent, and it's like, it's funny because like you walk around in your 20s and your 30s, you think you have all the answers, or maybe you don't, or maybe not, or you think like I'm a grown up now, like I know how stuff goes, but I'm like in my 40s and I'm just figuring that shit out for myself. So I think it just these things just keep happening, and you just go, over and over again. But the other thing I like is the idea of working through that kind of stuff, and then once there's that empowered place, now I can go wear it and have fun in it. And I can go,
it's
or somebody can, and it's just like, that would be the full circle, like, actually maybe not even a circle, because I don't want to go back to that start place, but that nice journey where you can maybe end it with an orgasm.
I like that. Yeah, let's cheer for that.
Yeah.
And so you're talking about the way you express yourself, and you've had past creations, and I'm sure the public would like to see what you've come up with. And I think we have a very sensual and amazing person to show off one of your creations tonight, do we?
It's going to be orgasmic taking this.
It will. Jamie Jones. And it would also be orgasmic to watch, but just saying. So Jamie Jones.
Undress me, please.
So should we have her right up here? Should we do this over here? Should we unravel the...
I think you should unravel your creation with this beautiful person. So I'm gonna make way.
I'm gonna put this mic down.
Yeah, put the mic down. And I'm just gonna move to this little seat.
We gotta move the head.
She knows all about it.
That's another workshop.
How many times have I heard you saying that? I modeled for her at the Montreal Fetish Weekend. And she was amazing. She was very respectful. And whenever someone would be like, "Are you massaging inside her vagina?" she'd be like, "That's another workshop," because I had my underwear on. So now she's gonna unravel her wonderful work on the wonderful Jamie Jones. Let's give a warm round of applause for her, please.
I'm not squirting, it's just sweat.
You
Oh,
can
you
take
got
the
the gloves?
you can take the microphone.
I'm gonna shine you, so we gotta do this right.
Do you want them to shine from the table?
Can I get some music?
You have some here.
I'll sing for you.
Sing. So, and we'll, I guess.
You can take the microphone.
Yeah, I guess we could talk about the meaning of the dress later or something.
Oh yeah, no, we can do that. I'm just saying, like, if you want to describe what you're doing right now, or I can. I mean, I guess you're talking loud enough. It's a small crowd. It's fine.
So, you can't wear latex and not shine it. So, that's what we're gonna do.
I'm sweating. There's going to be a big wet spot here.
It's fine. They're used to it. That's all.
That's just
Yeah.
pretend I squirt
That's
my
latex, latex though.
I know.
I doubt anyone else.
No, that was me earlier.
Oh, okay.
No shame.
So, yeah, so part of it is the silicone inside the garment, which feels fabulous when you're wearing it, and then there's the silicone on the outside.
Oh, yes. Remember my workshop sounds.
My workshop sounds.
Are you alright?
Okay.